I never thought I'd tell this story. For years, I kept it locked inside, convincing myself it was just imagination, that I'd been tired, maybe even dreaming. But deep down, I know what I saw, and I can't stay silent anymore. I live in the southern part of Texas, not far from the border. It's dry land, scattered mesquite trees, dusty roads, and more stars than you can count on a clear night. My family has owned a small piece of farmland for generations. Goats, chickens, a few cattle, nothing big, just enough to get by. It was a quiet life until the summer of 1995. That's when everything changed. It began with the goats. One morning, I walked out to the pen, and two of them were lying there, stiff and lifeless. No signs of a struggle, no bite marks like coyotes usually leave. Their bodies were intact, except for two small punctures on the neck. I thought maybe it was a snake, but snakes don't drain an animal dry. There was no blood, not a single drop left inside, just two tiny holes and silence. Neighbors started whispering. Some said coyotes, others thought kids playing cruel pranks, but then it kept happening. Every few nights, more animals, goats, chickens, even a neighbor's dog found the same way, no blood, just those two marks. That's when someone said the word out loud for the first time, CHUPACABRA. Growing up, I had heard the stories, a creature that stalks the night, part dog, part reptile, glowing eyes, spines down its back. They said it sucked the blood of livestock, leaving nothing but husks behind. I used to laugh at it, just another campfire tale to scare kids. But when you see your own animals lying there, lifeless, it stops being a joke. The sheriff brushed it off, said it was probably wild dogs. But if you've ever seen a dog attack, you know the mess it leaves. This wasn't that. This was deliberate, surgical. One night, I decided I'd catch whatever was doing this. I stayed out by the barn with a lantern and an old rifle. The air was thick with heat, the kind that makes your shirt stick to your back. Crickets chirped, owls hooted in the distance. Hours passed. Then, sometime after midnight, everything went quiet, dead quiet. That's when I heard it, a low hiss like air leaking through teeth. It wasn't close at first, just somewhere in the dark. Then came the sound of claws on dirt, scratching, dragging. My heart hammered so loud I swore it would give me away. The goats stirred, restless, bleeding in fear. They sensed it too. Animals always know before we do. I raised the lantern, scanning the tree line. That's when I saw them, two glowing red eyes, hovering low to the ground, watching me. I froze. The shape was hard to make out, but it wasn't a coyote. It was taller, thin, with long limbs bent at strange angles. The light glinted off something on its back spines, or maybe quills. And then, just as quick as it appeared, it melted back into the shadows. I told myself I imagined it. Maybe the light played tricks. Maybe my tired mind wanted to see something. But the animals kept dying. Each time, the same marks, no blood, no struggle. I started hearing the stories from further south, Puerto Rico, Mexico, farmers finding the same thing. They described the same creature I thought I saw, glowing eyes, spines, claws, the hiss. It wasn't just me, something was out there. A week later, I tried again. This time, I didn't stay outside. I sat in the old truck, parked near the barn, windows cracked just enough to listen. Around 2 in the morning, I heard the chickens screech. I grabbed the flashlight and swung it toward the coop. And there it was, clear as day. It crouched over one of the hens, its back arched, its mouth pressed to the bird's neck. The chicken didn't even fight, it just went limp, like the life was sucked out in an instant. The creature lifted its head, blood glistened on its chin, but it wasn't smeared like with a predator. It was precise, like a needle drawing fluid. Its eyes met mine. Red, glowing, cold. I froze in terror. My hand was on the rifle, but I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. It wasn't just fear, it was like the thing had me locked in place, pinned with its stare. Then, in a blur, it leapt, not at me, but away into the brush, faster than anything I'd ever seen. The next day, I told my neighbor Jose what happened. He just nodded. My cousin in Laredo, he said, lost half his goats last month. Same marks, same silence in the night. I asked him if he believed in the chupacabra. He just stared at me, then whispered, "Believe. It believes in us. That's enough." I tried everything: locks on the coops, higher fences, even leaving a radio on at night. Nothing stopped it. The killings continued, each time closer to the house. One morning, I found paw prints in the dirt leading right up to my porch. They weren't dog prints. They were longer, thinner, with claw marks that sank deep into the soil. That night, I dreamed of it, the glowing eyes outside my window, watching me sleep. The hiss filling my ears. I woke drenched in sweat, sure it had been real. It was late August when it happened, the hottest night of the summer. I had fallen asleep in the chair by the door, rifle across my lap. A sound woke me, not scratching, not hissing, but a knock. 3 slow, deliberate knocks on the wood of my porch. I jolted up, heart racing, and swung the lantern toward the window. The eyes were there, inches from the glass. Red, burning, staring. I shouted, fired through the door, heard wood splinter. Silence followed, then the sound of claws retreating into the distance. When dawn came, I found nothing, no blood, no body, just those prints in the dirt again, leading away into the mesquite. I never saw it that close again. But I know it's still out there. People still lose livestock. Still whisper about glowing eyes in the night. And sometimes, when the crickets suddenly stop and the desert goes quiet, I feel it watching me. Waiting. The sheriff still says coyotes, but I know better. Because I saw the chupacabra, and it saw me. If this story made your skin crawl, hit like and subscribe. Do you believe the chupacabra is real or just a legend? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And stay tuned, because there are more nights and more creatures still waiting to be told.